Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Nick, and I'm gonna do a Q&A today because I had a request from It's 2022 Now, and then I made a post, and there's one other person, Manga BTS01, that also contributed to the Q&A. So thank you guys so much. I feel like honestly so special that you guys want to know about me and know like what I like and what I think, and I just think that's really sweet. So thank you so much. Um so yeah, let's just get started. First, I would like to say that this is a 2S LGBTQIA plus safe space. Um all right, question 1. What types of music do you like? I like pretty much any kind of music. I can't say there's any like metal or like heavy metal, or there's a few country songs that I like, but I'm not like really super into country. Um, but if a song gives me that like special insatiable urge to want to listen to it on repeat for like as long as possible until I'm totally like sick of it and then move on to something else, then I'm really not interested in listening to it at all. So, most of the songs on my playlist and a lot of the songs that you'll see in my videos are songs like that I call them like stim songs. I don't know if anyone else calls them stim songs, but I definitely stim on music a lot. So, yeah, but usually I'll have like 1 to 5 songs on average that I'll be currently listening to. And everything on my playlist is something that at one point in time was a stim song. So, okay, let's see. Some current songs would be um, Big Iron. I love that one. That's from Fallout New Vegas. Well, it's not from Fallout New Vegas, but it's on the soundtrack for Fallout New Vegas. Um, what else? Sister Golden Hair. Um, it's like a classic rock song. What else? And Garden by Kamau. I don't know how to say that properly, but it's Kamau. Um, and it's just like such a cute, sweet song. I love that one. And then Bed on Fire. That's also a good one. Um, how would your friends best describe you? Uh, based on what people who have known me and friends have said to me, I guess I'm kind. I'm very protective of people, not just people I know. Like, I will stand up for people, and I'm definitely much better at standing up for others than I am at standing up for myself. Um, I like to laugh, and I do have like a quirky sort of sense of humor. Yes. Hi. Okay. Um. Okay. So kind, protective, kind of quirky in more ways than one. Honestly, I'm a pretty quirky person. I would say I am very open. Like, I'll tell anyone anything about myself pretty much. Um, and I'm very honest. Like, my first instinct is never to lie about something when I'm asked a question. Um, And sometimes people don't really appreciate that, or they do appreciate it. It just depends, I guess. What else? I can be kind of, I wouldn't say aloof, but I guess it's been described as sort of robotic. Like I can be very animated and expressive, but I can also be like the opposite, where my voice is like very monotone and I seem like, I guess, sort of disinterested or something like that. And I'm not really, it's just that like I don't always have the energy to put into um, being expressive. Not, and I would say I am naturally expressive sometimes, but like I not always. So when I'm not feeling naturally expressive, then I'm just not putting on a show, I guess. Some people take that as like they think I'm upset or something. I'm not. I'm just like, I don't know, not coming across the way they expect. Um, Recently, I ran into someone I used to work with at, I ran into her at Pride, and she was talking to my sister and I, and she said that to her, I seem like I'm like a woodland fairy, like a magical creature, and I should like live in the forest and sleep on a bed of moss and make like potions and tinctures and stuff. And yeah, she just like perceives me that way as like a magical creature. And sometimes I feel magical, to be honest. Like I do kind of have that sort of, like, I wouldn't say she's wrong that she perceives me that way, because I do sort of like kind of feel like a little magical creature on the inside. Um, but I just thought that was really cute. Not that I think that really like necessarily describes my personality all that well. Maybe it does. I don't know. Anyway, we'll move on to the next question. Oh, also, um, I am like a feminist killjoy. So, yeah. But like intersectional feminism, like I will talk about politics, I will talk about human rights. And generally, if people are not on the same page with me when it comes to like human rights and things like that, I am have no interest in interacting with them. So, um, any advice for getting a first tattoo? Do you have any ankle tattoos? What part of the ankle is best? And do I have any aftercare tips? Um, I would say don't be afraid to ask to take breaks. Uh, and you probably will want to take breaks because you said you're getting a shaded rose. And I found that like line work for me isn't really, I don't find it to be like really painful or anything. I don't find tattoos to be like all that painful anyways, but I think like um when you get into like coloring and shading and stuff, it it becomes pretty irritating. Um and you are getting it on your ankle, which I think like that's a decent place for your first tattoo because you have no frame of reference. So, I mean, it is one of the more painful spots, especially if it's like over your bone or something, like over your ankle bone. I do have a tattoo on my ankle. Oh, you can't even see it. It's just some like squiggly lines really. It's more like on the top of my foot and like the bottom of my ankle in the front. So, and that's really I would say it was painful. I still haven't finished it to this day, so that probably speaks to that. But if I was having it done somewhere, it wouldn't have been that bad. It's just like when you're tattooing yourself, it's a little more difficult to cope with the pain and be able to focus on what you're doing at the same time. So, um, yeah, if I don't know, I think like for your first tattoo, just get it on whatever part of your ankle you want to get it on. You're not going to know the difference. And then your tattoos down the road in other spots will be like a walk in the park. Do I have any aftercare tips? No. Honestly, I'm like really bad at following instructions and directions. That's why I don't bake. I make bread, but that's pretty much it. I don't bake anything else. And I never follow recipes. Well, not never. Occasionally I will follow a recipe, but yeah, I'm just anything that's like precise or very detailed. That's no, I have ADHD. It's just not my forte. So I cannot help you there. I'm so sorry. What I would say is that honestly, from the last time that I had a tattoo like professionally done, um, and the first tattoo that I had professionally done, the aftercare tips that they gave me were different each time, and they probably have changed again till now. And I think, like, depending on the artist or shop that you go to, they might have more, like, oh my God, and their instructions might be like more specific to the artist or the shop and not like, I don't even know what word I'm looking for. Not all the same across the board. Um, so yeah, just follow those. They might want to sell you something from their shop, like an ointment or something like that that they recommend. And I honestly, I don't know about that. I feel like some shops do push products that they just are like making extra money on it. That's not to say it's not a good product. It could definitely be a great product. And it's kind of good to like have something if you're gonna get another tattoo, then you already have like the aftercare stuff for next time. But yeah, I don't know. Don't listen to me. What are my top 5 favorite horror movies ever? I did write that down actually. Okay, so Halloween, Leprechaun, which is so like over the top and silly. Um, and I just found like just like I enjoyed the silliness of it. One that actually really scared me, Event Horizon. It's like a space horror, science fiction horror, and yeah, that definitely gave me a nightmare. It's a really good movie though. Like I've watched it multiple times. But yeah, it's pretty scary. And that actually made me hate Sam Neill so much. You know the guy from Jurassic Park? What's his name? Dr. Grant. He's in that movie. And yeah, it actually made me hate him for a long time. The Alien anthology. I love those movies. I think they're great. Yes, of course you can have those. Do you have a drink? Mm. Where was I? Alien, yes, the Alien movies. My dad is really, really into sci-fi. Like he's a mega geek, and not just not just science fiction movies, but like if when I go over to my parents' house, my dad's always got like some space thing going on YouTube, and he looks at like weather patterns, and he's yeah. So I kind of grew up with that sort of stuff. And I think like the Alien movies, they definitely stand the test of time. They're very good. Highly recommend if you like horror and you like science fiction. Or even if you don't really like science fiction but you like horror, I think that would probably like get you into science fiction if you watch those. Oh, no, 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 no. Do you play sports? No. Um, I guess to really clue you in on why I don't play sports, I could tell you of the amount of times in my life that I have been hit in the head with various types of balls, baseballs, basketballs, soccer balls, dodgeballs, hockey balls, like orange ones. Yeah, so I'm just very much a like head in the clouds type person. Always like, I don't know. I, especially when I was a kid, I definitely had a very like rich inner world situation going on. And that led me to really not pay that close attention to anything other than like what was in here. And my brothers used to like to play catch like outside on our lawn, and I can't tell you how many times they were playing catch and I literally walked right in the middle of them. Like they're here and here, and here's me just totally not paying attention and get smoked in the head with a ball. Also, I have been caught with fishing hooks because I was walking behind them when they were casting. And I've scored. I have scored on my own team playing sports multiple times. Okay, so me and sports are no. We don't go together. Types of exercise I like would be like swimming. I love swimming so much. I could swim like I could probably swim the English Channel, actually. That might be one of my life goals, like on my bucket list, to like swim some really far distance. I think that'd be really cool. And I'm pretty sure I could do it. Also I float really good. Um, like if I try to like dive down to the bottom, my butt just like a bobber. This question. What do you think is the safest way for animal control to catch a bear on the loose in the neighborhood? That's very funny. Um, I don't know. I'm not like some expert. Hmm. I've actually watched some documentaries about bears where they did have to catch them when they wander into town. And they have these like cylindrical trap things, and they like trank them, and then they take them back out of town and release them. And the bears are all like so disoriented and confused. And honestly, I feel super bad for them. And I wish that that was never a situation that had to happen. And it's pretty much our fault. And yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. That's a funny question, though. And then your last question is, what made you want to start a YouTube channel? I don't really know. I've always wanted to do a YouTube channel, actually. Like, I'm gonna take my shoes off because my feeties. Um, hmm. Okay, my microphone died, so I had to go get the other one. I don't really know how much battery this has left on it, but one of them's plugged in and one of them seems to be going for now. So, um I'm just gonna pick up at the last question. What made you want to start a YouTube channel? I think I've always been interested in doing YouTube. I just guess I wasn't really sure what I could do on YouTube. Um, and I think, like, when I see YouTubers, um, I don't feel like I'm like a lot of them. Like, I fit that mold, I guess. I don't really feel like I have a really, like, outgoing kind of personality. And I think I'd have like a difficult time pretending or like putting on a show, I guess, in certain ways. So I wasn't really sure if like people would be interested in me. Um, Not just like what I might be doing, but like in me as a person. Because I think really it happened again. Okay, so yeah, I guess that one only had like a minute of charge on it. So fingers crossed that this gets me through the whole video without dying. I think what I was saying was that I think when you like a YouTube channel and when you watch it regularly, it's not solely because of the content, but because you like the creator. You find them relatable or cute or funny or like you just like their personality. And I think I've kind of not really been sure if I can translate my personality and myself onto YouTube in a way that people will feel like they want to watch and engage with. So that's probably like what stopped me in the past. Um, and I think I'm just kind of giving less fucks as I get older. So, um, also, you know, I was in an abusive relationship before, and that kind of held me back from doing a lot of things that I wanted. And now I'm free, so I can do whatever I want. And yeah, I don't know. I really like the idea of um, eventually working toward getting paid for doing something that I really enjoy. And I think I've never been able to do that my whole life up until now. And that would just be like a really cool bonus to this whole thing. Yeah. Okay, so next we're going to move on to BTS, Manga BTS 01, Manga BTS 1. I don't know. You guys can tell me your names too. I'm curious. I want to know. Um, so I can like say hey to you and stuff. But your first question is, who are your favorite YouTubers? I don't really watch a lot of YouTube, to be honest. Um, I think YouTubers that I watch most often are just ones that Thorin has shown me, um, that I've ended up really liking and now enjoy watching. So, I guess the first one is Stetson Studios. He just has like a really quirky, dry sense of humor that I can really get on board with. And he makes these like models out of junk and like spare parts from stuff and like things that people send him. And I think the first one that I watched was Howl's Moving Castle, which is so cool. He did an amazing job. And yeah, so I like to watch his videos. And another one is Smokey B. I'm not like a huge into horror games or watching gaming YouTubers in general. Like I like gaming, but I don't really watch a lot of like gaming YouTubers. Um there's just something about Smokey B. She's so quick-witted, and I don't know. There's just something about her that I just find her really funny, and I like watching her videos, even though like I'm not really super into horror games, but it's just entertaining to watch her play stuff. So, yeah. So Smokey B, and then I watch some like true crime podcast type stuff. Murder with My Husband, most recently. And then my friend just told me about Rotten Mango, which is another true crime podcast, and it is hosted by a Korean woman. So I'm getting into that. Next question is, any big plans for the rest of 2026? Not really. I think the biggest things going on the rest, like for the remainder of the year, would be going on vacation next month with my family, like my mom and my dad, and my sister, her uh, boyfriend, their kid, and my kid, and maybe possibly my nephew. So we did that last year for the first time, and it was just really nice. We went to places that my parents used to take us when we were growing up. Um, and it was just like really nice to be able to do those things again as an adult with my sister and my parents, and also to be able to bring Thorn and do those things. So we're going to do that again this year, and I'm pretty excited about that. So there's that, and then hopefully getting my shop up and running on, oh my god, I can't remember what it's called. Brain fog. So fun. Um, I seriously can't remember. It's like online, where I can sell all of my plus size thrift. So that's something I'm going to be doing probably next month. We'll have it going, and I think I'm probably going to make a couple of videos just showing stuff that I have that will be for sale. Yeah, that's about it. Next question is, do you play any video games? The answer is yes. I do like playing video games. I really love the Fallout series, and yeah, like love, love, love. I love the Fallout games. Most recently, Thorn and I have been playing Fallout New Vegas together. Um, and Skyrim. I've played quite a bit of Skyrim. I also really like Skyrim. I would say like Bethesda games. I just I like them. I know people have like so many issues with glitches and like weird stuff. I've also played Oblivion. Um, and I just honestly I find that really endearing, especially the glitches in the Fallout games. Like they just make me laugh. It's just funny. It just adds to the overall enjoyment for me of the games. Um, what else? Minecraft. I like to play Minecraft. I don't like playing Minecraft survival mode. I'm more of like a builder. So, um, I've built like castles and underground panda habitats or underwater panda habitats. Thorn and I were recently working on like neighboring kingdoms in a desert, and Thorn had like kind of a military operation going on in theirs, and mine was like an oasis. Um, what else did we like? Stardew Valley. Thorin wanted me to play Stardew Valley, and then I got like really into it, and I would spend like hours playing while Thorin was at school. um, and Thorin, I told Thorin this one time that I really wanted a pony or a horse so badly when I was a kid, like so badly. And so Thorin surprised me with getting the horse for me in Stardew Valley. They did so much grinding. Um, and we named the horse Pretty Princess. And I love to wear like matching hair accessories with the horse, and then we just like gallop through town, and it's just so cute, and I love it. Um, what other games, Thorin? Oh, recently we've been playing White Day, which is a Korean horror game, and we played it on like easy, not like the super easy, but like easy mode. And now we're trying to play it and beat it on hard mode, which is actually pretty hard. And the janitor is just heavily fucking with me, so that's kind of annoying. But we're gonna do it. We're gonna get all the achievements. What else did we play? Oh, Resident Evil Village, which was so good, like visually stunning. All of the little details of like the decor and everything, like the castle and the village itself and inside people's homes and stuff was just so beautiful. I think that was so well done. The storyline was pretty interesting, and I really like doing like the puzzles and stuff. So there's that. I don't know if anyone has any like game suggestions that are along those lines. I think what's next that I sort of have my eye on is Starfield, another Bethesda game, um, which takes place in space. And I also would really like to find Need for Speed Most Wanted because my sister and I played that like so much when we were growing up, and I kind of want to revisit that game now and maybe play it with Thorin. Okay, enough about video games. Um, Next question. Did I have my wisdom teeth removed? What was the scariest part and how fast does it, how fast, how, and like how long does it take to be put to sleep? Sorry, I wrote that so weirdly in my book. I still have my wisdom teeth. I got too scared actually to even attempt having them removed, so they're still in there. Um, I actually went for a consultation to have them removed 21 years ago, and they're still there in my mouth. I went to the dentist like last year, and they were like, you know what? we'll just leave them in there. I was like, okay, I'm fine with that because yeah, I'm not a big fan of surgeries. I've had a couple like surgeries, um, and like last year I had my gallbladder removed. And I think like having fibromyalgia really contributed to a lot of the pain and everything. And it's just really, yeah, wasn't a pleasant experience for me. But as far as I know, getting your wisdom teeth removed is more like simple and you heal faster just because it's like in your mouth. As long as you follow their like instructions and you don't like smoke or anything after, you're probably gonna be just fine. Um, oh my gosh, I've lost my place. Where's it? I was put to sleep for two of the two surgeries that I had. They were both like a day surgery. And I don't know if they use the same sort of stuff at the dental surgeon's office, but honestly, I fell asleep very quickly. Like they were asking me questions, and then I was just like, everything went black. Um, what do you look for when making new friends? I think the most important thing for me is like integrity, and like I won't agree to disagree on things like human rights and even like politics, because I think where you stand politically really says a lot about how you feel about things like human rights. Um, yeah, so that's like, I guess the number one for me is moral integrity. And then secondary would be like connection. I'm not a very social person, so I definitely need to feel like a deep connection with someone in order to want to spend time with them and be their friend. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like it's nice to have common interests. My brain. Um, but I can be friends with someone without having common interests as long as like our morals and values align. Um, yeah, I don't really care like what you do for work or what you look like or how you dress or anything like that. If you're a good person and we have like an emotional connection, then that's all that I need. Um, what are your goals for YouTube? So, my goals for YouTube are just to like keep doing what I'm doing at the moment and to definitely get more consistent with my schedule. I would really, really, really love to be monetized eventually because I'm disabled and I just really, really want to be able to do something that I love and be able to pay my bills and everything that way. Um, and then for content, I guess doing the same kind of content and then also like thrift with me videos, I think would be fun. Maybe not all the time, but just Thorn and I have talked a little bit about some ideas of maybe doing a series where we visit all the thrift stores in Hamilton or um, like in cities nearby or yeah, stuff like that. Maybe some food vlogging. Um, and I would like to do some more like gaming content, which we have not been able to successfully do before, just because you need certain things to be able to pull that off. And I'm not really tech savvy, so I definitely have to figure out how to be able to do that. But I would definitely be interested in doing that if people are interested in watching. So I guess it really just depends on you guys and what kind of content you'd be interested in seeing. Um, what are my favorite clothing stores? Oh, no. First is favorite books. I really like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I like the Sword of Truth series by Terry Goodkind. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is Douglas Adams. And if you are lucky enough to be able to find the audiobook of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy that is read by Douglas Adams, I highly recommend that, because when an author reads their own book for an audiobook, it's just like perfection. There's a series that Thorin introduced me to, which is the Which Way to Anywhere, or Which Way series by Cressida Cowell. I just think it's like so adorable. I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. And also the Wizards of Once series is also hers. She's the author of How to Train Your Dragon, but I actually have not read those books. But the other two book series, Wizards of Once, and there's like some crazy stuff going on upstairs right now. Wizards of Once and Which Way are like so good, so adorable, so like I just love them. What else? I also really like kind of dystopian YA type shit. So, the Divergent series by Veronica Roth and Pandemonium by Lauren Oliver. I'd also really like to pick up some Ursula K. Le Guin or Le Guin. I don't know how to say your last name, but she does fantasy, and she's also done some stuff on politics, but her political leanings are like very close to mine. So I'm kind of interested to see how that translates into her fantasy novels. So I'd really like to find some of her books, but I thrift exclusively other than audiobooks. So I'm just looking for those as I go. Favorite movies. I guess my first favorite movie would be Fried Green Tomatoes. I've seen that about a million times. And I think, like a lot of times in my life, I felt almost like a movie or a show could be like a friendship for me. That might sound weird, but I think like when you have difficulty connecting with humans, that a lot of times you feel like close connections with animals or other things that give you some sort of, I don't know, feeling of comfort or familiarity or something like that. So, yeah, I still to this day really, really love that movie. The book I have read, it's, I don't know, I'm not a huge fan. The only part of the book that I like more than the movie is the fact that it's very obvious in the book that Ruth and Iggy are a couple and their love is romantic, not platonic friendship. So I wish that that had kind of been more obvious in the movie. It's sort of hinted at a little bit, but not really. Um, what else? Turbo Kid. I love that movie. It's like a feel good, gory B horror movie or like independent. Um, it's just like cute and quirky and funny and really gory in like a silly kind of way. Kind of hard to explain, but yeah, definitely recommend if you can find that movie to watch that if you are into like horror or It also has like a very nostalgic 80s kind of vibe to it. So yeah, I highly recommend that one. The Handmaiden, another one of my favorites. Um, it is, I guess, based on Fingersmith by Sarah Waters. And to be honest, I have tried multiple times to watch the British version of it, Fingersmith, and I just can't. I don't know why. I just really dislike it. And before I even knew that The Handmaiden was a remake of that, I think my sister and I might have rented it. We used to rent movies like every night. We would rent like 5 movies and just like binge them all back when there was video stores. And I think we rented that, and we had literally had no idea there was like a lesbian romance in that movie. But I yeah, that's been a favorite of mine ever since the first time I saw it. It's just like visually everything. I don't know, the whole vibe of it is just really good. It's kind of like dark but cute at the same time. And there's like a plot twist situation, and I don't know, it's just really good. Um, Serenity. I really loved the Firefly series, and it was canceled. And so Serenity was the movie that they made to kind of like wrap up the series after it was canceled. I'm not really a fan of Joss Whedon, and I definitely have heard a lot of like super nasty things about him. That wasn't really like common knowledge at the time when either the series or the movie came out. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed that series and the movie. I saw the movie probably like 3 times in the theater. Um, yeah, there's probably I could name a million movies, a million TV shows, to be honest, because I watch a lot of TV. But we'll just stick with a few. I could just go on and on for a long time. Favorite food. So I really love Mexican food. Um, and I love Indian food, Thai food. Honestly, I'll try anything once. And I'm not like a very picky eater. So I do tend to really enjoy like trying diverse foods and oh, I love sushi also. There isn't really a lot of food diversity where I live, so um I would probably have to travel to Toronto, which is like an absolute nightmare for me to try a lot of new things. Uh, my favorite desserts would be like cheesecake, and I love key lime pie. Like, could eat it every day. Love it so much. I don't eat it every day, but if I could, I might. Um, favorite clothing stores? I don't really have any. If I had the means, I would be interested in seeking out like indigenous run businesses, um, local businesses, handmade items, things like that. But I don't really, so it's just thrifting for me. I might like buy underwear and stuff at like the surplus store when I need to, but yeah, generally it's thrifting. Shoe size. Sneakers versus other shoes. Honestly, I couldn't tell you what size most of my shoes are. I just wear them if they fit because they're all thrifted. I think I have one pair of sneakers that were not thrifted because I actually, even though I'm on disability right now, I actually technically work for Adidas, and they had an employee appreciation sale. So I got these. And they're a size 9. And I would say they fit pretty well. But I think honestly it varies from shoe to shoe. Um, like a size 9 in Adidas, even in a different style, could end up being like too tight or something, especially because I have wide feet. So, um, finally, that's why I don't order shoes online ever. I won't order shoes online because I'm just like too worried about them not being able to fit. So, if I can try them on. Also, I have very like sensitive feet. Um, a lot of sensory issues there. So if a shoe, even if it fits, if there's some kind of thing that like sticks out too much or the sole is like the wrong shape or whatever, I can't wear them. So I have to be able to try them on. And I'm really cheap. So I don't think any of my shoes I've spent more than $10 on. Usually about $5 is my limit. Yeah, babe. Can you pause your video? Okay. Finally. This is so cute. Finally, the big question. Does pineapple belong on pizza? In my opinion, yes, it does. And if you disagree with that, that's okay. I'm not going to fight you on it. I don't want you to fight me on it. I don't want to fight. It's just a personal preference. And I like sweet and salty mixed together. So I'm definitely pro pineapple on pizza. Um, my go-to pizza order would be bacon crumble, mushrooms, Kalamata olives, and pineapple, and sometimes feta. If you have pineapple and feta cheese on pizza, oh, it's so good. Just the blend. So I guess that's it. Um, yeah, this was actually like pretty fun to do, and I hope that you liked it. And I just want to say thank you again to it's 2022 now and Manga BTS 01 for asking me questions and like wanting to know about me and stuff like that. So, um, yeah, I can definitely do another one of these another time if there's questions that anyone has that I didn't answer today. Um, you just let me know. Okay.